Am I in the right folder? Nope. Up there he is. My brother.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. What's happening?
Chilling, man. My kids just got here, so I'm on cloud nine right
Oh, hey man. I can't knock that.
now.
I would thank you for joining me, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. It's an honor.
Definitely, definitely. So, uh, ladies and gentlemen, I have the incomparable Focus Three Dots. Correct?
Yes.
Focus Three Dots.
Well, the three dots are part of my name.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, so this might just be a nerd out moment for some of us because you have produced some classics. So we gonna get into it.
Okay.
So just introduce yourself to the people who have been on Mars for the last 15 years. You know what I mean?
Well, my name is Focus. It's Focus with three dots. I've been in the game for over 30 years. I'm son of Bernard Edwards from Chic, who he passed away, but he's the bassist of Chic. So I'm actually my government name is Bernard Edwards Jr. I'm a junior, and I've always wanted to do music ever since I was little. At 6, I knew I wanted to make music. At 8, I knew I wanted to be a producer. And I've had the chance and honor and pleasure to work with Dr. Dre for over 20 years. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been a my whole career has been a blessing.
Let me ask you a question. Growing up, did you ever get tired of hearing good times?
Nah, nah, nah. It's funny. One of my fondest memories of good times was my uncle. I believe it was my uncle Randy. He was DJing in his where he was staying at my grandmother's house, and he was DJing good times and going back and forth. And that just made that record kind of stand out to me because that's for me, that was the start of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like I got
right.
to actually see my uncle DJ and you know what I'm saying, and rocking a party, and that was just really something special for me.
Okay. So, how did you? So you come from a musical background. How did you get into production?
Um, I think everybody that has done music understands that once you can't get somebody to produce for you or somebody to make the beats for you, somebody to write the rhymes for you, you just start doing it yourself. And I really wanted to be just like my father. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I thought he was the coolest person in the room. And when I found out when I found out what he actually did, I was like, oh, that's it. I want to be a producer. I want to help people make the record sound the way it needs to sound. I want the singers to listen to me. I want the instrumentalists to listen. Like I want this thing to make sense, and I want to be at the helm of it. So I knew that when I was 8 years old.
Okay. What was your first beat machine?
What's that joint that had the 4 pads on it? Was it Sensonic? The Sensonic drum machine?
Beat thing? Did you have a beat thing?
I guess it had the 4 gray circular pads on it, and you can actually get it. They sold it at the toy store, and I bought it at
Wow.
the toy store. I think it was the Sensonic drum.
Oh, and it comes with the sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So you were drumming back then.
yeah, yeah. I used to drum in school, so
Okay.
yeah, that was that thing. Yeah.
So in high school, uh did you when did you get the 3000? Because I know you had the 3000.
Oh, that was way later. Way later. That was many drum machines later. Because like my succession was like I used to steal my dad's Lindrum when he would go on tour or go to the studio, and take his Lindrum, and I was using that. And then I came up on an RX-7. My boy Neil had that. Like I just started touching drum machines as I went along, and the one that when I got out to LA, um, the homie I was staying with, Ty Cannon, he had an SB12. So I went from the SB12 to the MPC 60 to the MPC 62, and then that's when I got to the 3000.
What's the better machine, the 60 or the 3000?
3000, easy, easy. That's easy because I'm from ASR 10. Like I know a lot of cats know a lot of my beats. Back in the day, I used to make on the ASR 10, but the MPC 3000 was my favorite machine ever.
Okay. So 99, you did some songs for Soleil.
Yep.
How did that collaboration come about?
At the time, I was partnered up with Jason Weaver. He had a production company he was putting together called Boob Tube Entertainment and Boob Tube Productions. I'm sorry, and he offered me a spot, and he told me if I can get out to Atlanta, that I had a place to work, and he wanted to build a team. And one of the first main things I did when I went out there to see him was play beats for Tricky Stewart and everybody at Red Zone. Those are his cousins. Those are actually his
Oh
blood
wow.
cousins.
Okay.
And I played them a slew of beats, and they picked like three, four beats. And I was the moment that they turned around and took those beats, I was like, "Oh, I'm moving from LA. I'm out here on the next thing smoking." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, this is easy."
So is that where you got your placements with Candy, working with her and Shakespeare?
Yes, yeah. So Jason and Jason and Shakespeare had a good relationship, and Jason chose to sign Boob Tube up under Shakespeare Productions. So that's when I started doing some programming and co-writing with Shakespeare and Candy.
Okay. So you're actually writing for R&B. But
I
you
was
come
back,
you,
yeah.
okay, but I mean that's you come from R&B background, so it's not out of ordinary.
Right, right. A lot of people don't know that though. They just think that I make rap beats. So when they hear the R&B stuff, they're just like, "You did that?" I'm like, "Okay."
Uh well, yeah, you probably more known for the rap stuff than R&B.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the stuff that you've done with Marsha, uh the stuff that you did for 112, I mean, that was, to me, groundbreaking.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. Um how do you get the Dre Aftermath?
That still goes through my boy Jay Weave. Jason had an
He is
artist
the
by the name of,
plug.
yeah, well, Jason was the plug, yeah. So Jason had this artist by the name of Dax, and Dax was from LA. And Jason coupled us up, and it was just like make a demo. You know what I'm saying? So I did my best interpretation of West Coast sound with Dax, and then Dax's people, his managers at the time, they had ends with Dre and brought the stuff over to Dre. And Dre put me and Dax in the studio, and we got on the Watch soundtrack. We did a song called "Riding High," and after that, it just became. He was just like, "Look, I'm putting together a new team, and if you want to work, there's a spot for you." And I told him I was ready to work right then and there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so being an Aftermath producer, how are the beats picked for a project? Like Dr. Dre says, okay, we're working on Kendrick's album. How
Mm.
do producers' beats get picked for an album at Aftermath?
I think, I mean, it's definitely evolved over time. Um, this is my first since 2013 until now. This is my first time working with Dr. Dre and not for Dr. Dre.
Okay.
So the whole process is different. It's definitely more eye opening, and it's been an amazing learning experience. So I think that right now it's not picking beats for a project. It's really um, it's us grooming and molding a sound for a project. So if the energy starts feeling good, then we just make music. You know, it's not.
You kind of faded out. I think we lost you.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, we didn't hit it the last 15 seconds of that.
I said I don't think that we're sitting here trying to pick beats for projects. It's about building and really building it from the ground up. So once the energy starts getting moving, then we just go with it.
Okay. Uh, how much input? So when your beat is on a project, how much input do you have with like the overall song making?
Uh, As of right now, I've been much even to the writing. I've been a little bit more verbal this go around than I've ever. And it's just ideas. It's not a matter of like I'm writing the hook and I'm writing like I like to do things after my strengths. So I never try to go off of that path if I don't.
Okay. Uh, Aftermath has had some heavy hitting lyricists. Um, Game, Bishop Lamont, uh, Sly Boogie. Like, I'm not. This might be hard. Who was your favorite Aftermath artist to work with?
Oh, they all in my creative heart. You know what I'm saying? Like they all help me become who I am. So like pretty
So
much came up in the ranks together.
okay.
So I did um, I never really got to go in with 50. Uh Eminem of course just is my favorite artist on Aftermath. Kendrick is my next favorite, you know what I'm saying? I go to just right. Like seeing that stuff, they all have made um and not it's just it's really
Eh,
dope to be a part of it.
right. Your signal keeps coming in and out.
It's
So yeah, it's real choppy. Uh,
my bad.
do you want to go out and come back in and see if that helps?
Is this better?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear
Okay.
you. There you go.
All right.
Uh, one of my favorite artists from Aftermath was Stat Quo. I really I really wanted that album from Stat on Aftermath.
Yeah.
That
I
that was that.
think I think with Stat, nobody could figure out where to pin him because even being a Southern rapper with a West Coast regime and like it was like where do you put him? How do you make this all make sense? He's one of my favorite rappers and he's one of my favorite people. Like I love being around him because he stands his ground and he really knows what he's talking about. Really dope person.
Right. Uh, so you've worked with uh Grammy winning artists and like commercial like you work with artists that have commercial success, like huge commercial success. And then you'll go work with Sky Zoo, Little Brother. Like how first of all, the stuff you did for Little Brother's last album was amazing.
Thank
Like
you. Thank you
I
so
think
much.
I don't know if people slept on that last Little Brother album, but I mean, how did the Little Brother collaboration come about?
Um, Little brother and I have formed a relationship over the years. My initial introduction to them was through Tahim Cannon. And they got a hold of some beats of mine and they put out a record. And at the time, the record was supposed to be for LL Cool J when he was with G Unit.
Oh, wait,
And
what?
yeah, it was a
L
record that they did Do It to Death.
hold on. LL was with G Unit.
Yeah, Fifth was about to do an album with him. And
Wow.
I don't know if I spoke out of turn, but that was a long time ago. But it was supposed to be an LL record, and I heard the record on a mixtape, and I just lost it. I was just like, "Yo, how did they get this beat? Why would they release it? This and that, da da da." And then 50s people were upset with me. It was bad. But
Mm,
Fontaine rapper actually hit me and was like, "Man, we apologize. Like we just thought that the beats were beats. You know what I'm saying?" And
mhm.
from then we just started making records together. And they were on my first album, and then I just started, piecing them different beats, and we still have a great relationship to this day.
That's great, man. Sky Zoo.
Mm.
How did that collab come about for his album? I think it was the
A Dream Deferred,
yes.
yeah. Sky Zoo, Torre, Shot Stimuli. Shouts out to all them.
Shot Stimuli, man.
Yeah,
Bringing
those are
back
my
memories,
people.
bro.
Yeah, those are my brothers, man. Like those are my brothers. Like Torre and I, um, we check in like for real. Like, how you doing, brother? How you feeling? Skazu, same. Shot Stimuli, that's my bro. Like for real, we were in Atlanta together, so we did projects and everything. So I met them all kind of at the same time, and we just maintained communication. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of that stuff was just the fact that I was in the right place at the right time in Atlanta. Um, but I'm not really pulling up right when I met Sky Zoo, but once we met, it was easy. Like he turned around and hit me for a Dream Deferred. He was like, "Man, just come through. I've always wanted to do something with you. We need to work." And I was doing beats right there in front of him, and he was just like, "Yeah, okay, keep on with this." And blah blah blah. And that's how that song came, because originally it was supposed to be John Legend on it, and then I think it was Raheem Devon. So I
Yes,
have a
yes.
version with John Legend on it that's really dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
112. You already know. One of my favorite songs from 112. If not my favorite song by 112. That is the most minimalistic song that bangs. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it almost sounds like a beat that from a beat tape that was just looped up, and like that's what it reminds me of.
Right, right.
Talk about the creation of that beat and how it got to 112.
It was literally me just messing around on the MPC3, and I was doing it originally for Antonio. We had this kid Antonio signed to Aftermath at the time, and it was just on my beat CD. I never finished the beat. I never went deeper into it. I just left it like that. And my boy Shakir Stewart, who's passed. I mean, I love that man, but he got my beat CD and he gave it to Sean Garrett. Sean Garrett wrote the song, and the next thing I know, like Sean called me and was like, "Yo, man, come meet me. I want you to hear this record." And he gave me a CD and he was like, "Yo, we got a hit." Like he literally just handed me the record and just left. He was like, "We got a hit." I was like, "All right." Now listen to the record. I was like, "Okay, it's dope." And when I went to build it up, everybody was like, "No, take those instruments off. Just leave it like this." Because I put
Wow.
guitar on it and piano and all that, and they stripped it back down. And then I heard a version with Jay-Z, because he did
Wait,
the Foxy verse. Yeah, have you heard? You heard the?
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, the remix.
Yeah. So I heard Jay-Z's voice actually on it. Like he's still on parts of it, but it was, man, that was like it took off. And then my boys started calling me from various clubs and were like, they playing your record, yo. That was surreal.
Right. I think that song might have been 87 BPMs.
Yeah, it's about 88, 89. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like back then, that was kind of slow, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was up there in the club.
Yeah.
And
And
like
it
that's
was so much love. There was so much love from that record. So much love from that record.
that record is crazy.
Thank you, bro.
That
Thank
record
you.
is crazy. I actually owe somebody $80 because I told them that it was a sample loop. I was I was like, there's no way he would just play keys like that and just loop it up. So I owe somebody $80. Thank you, Focus.
Now there's pieces in there from a Phyllis Hyman record, and I actually showed online how I did it. But it's pieces there, three pieces that I play, and then I play piano over it, and then the rest of it is just me programming.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I can keep my $80 because technically there is a sample in there.
Oh, there is, yeah. Phyllis Hyman. Can't we fall in love again? Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. That's why we are here. uh okay. Beyoncé, yes. I listened to that. Today was my first time listening to that record,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
Um, but I watched. I I remember. I don't know if it was last year. I came across a video of you demoing the Waves Abbey Road plugins,
Mm-hmm.
and I said he used this for that Beyonce record. What's up?
Say
You didn't
hello.
use that?
No, I didn't. I didn't. That
The
stuff
record
I didn't even have access to that stuff then. I did all of that in the MPC.
you did a Beyonce record on the MPC?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did the guitar. I did the whole thing forward, and then I just reversed it in the MPC, and I literally just triggered it. So the entire record is MPC. Like the only stuff that isn't is just like some of the keyword.
That is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. That was easy. That
Dog,
was easy.
you about to be the spokesman for the NPC 3000. Like we after this, I'm gonna go on eBay and see how much they actually trying to push it for.
Hey, that
That is
those
crazy,
I still have one. I still love that thing.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you left Aftermath to start your own label.
I left Aftermath to keep my sanity.
Uh,
Um, yeah, it wasn't, but it didn't have anything to do with um Aftermath per se. Like I left because I really just felt like I was sinking. Like I did everything I could. I wasn't getting enough music out. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, Dre
mhm.
just wasn't happy with, at the time we were working on Detox real heavy, and he just wasn't happy with anything that anybody was turning in. So it really got to the point where I started getting frustrated. I started doubting myself, and I felt like I was sinking. So I left in 2008 just to get my head together. And then when I
Okay,
did, that's when I started like, okay, I'm gonna do my own label and just make my own music. So,
okay. Did you put out any albums
yeah,
on that label?
I put out plenty. Yeah. Mixtapes, various albums. I did a lot of albums myself, and it just is what it is. Like it's funny that people will say they want to hear it and they'll support it, but then the moment you do it, everybody scatters like roaches when the lights come up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I did a lot of music, and I didn't get the support that I thought I would get. So again, that started making me spiral again. So it
Hmm.
was really dope that when me and Dre kind of reconnected, um, it was really dope that he was like, you know what, I appreciate what you did. If you want to come over here, I'm working, so it's on you. And he gave me a open door, and it was really dope to come back and learn the ins and outs of working with people. So
Okay.
yeah.
Uh, what artist is on your wish list that you haven't worked with yet, outside of Mary J. Blige? Because I saw a previous interview, and I don't want you to say Mary. Outside of
Um,
her, what artist is on your wish list?
well, I got to work with M, so that was one of my wish lists. Um, I would like to work with Brandy. I still think that she has one of the sweetest voices this world has to offer. I would love to work with Kim Burrell, because she's held by nothing. I can do as
Mm.
much painting as I want on the canvas, and she'll be able to hold her own. And anybody that really is not afraid to be outside the box. I don't have like a thick wish list because it's like everybody can say um, Jay-Z and Kanye and all this stuff, but those guys have
Right.
already made their mark. And I wanna get with somebody that we can make a mark together, you know?
What beat have you heard from another producer and was like, damn, like that's that right there is, hip hop.
Power by S1. One of my favorite
Mm.
beats ever. The power that he did for Kanye,
Uh-huh.
my God. Because I'm a fiend for a vocal sample. I'm a fiend for it. But
A
when that
fiend for
one
what?
came on, I'm a fiend for vocal samples.
Okay.
So when that yeah, like when that comes on by itself, I want to punch stuff. Like I just want to walk around punching holes and stuff. Like I thought that was a genius, and the way that he flipped it, and when it comes in with the drums, like it was such a perfect beat to me.
Right.
That's a perfect beat to me.
What out of the new class of artists, who do you like?
New class,
Yeah.
I'm gonna still go to my alumni. I'm still
Okay.
gonna go to Kendrick. I dig Corday. Um, and it's bugged. I might not love his music, but Lil Baby can spit. I
I
think
agree
yeah,
with you.
he
I
can
agree with
spit. He can really like. I like, and he's confident. I like his
you.
confidence. I don't like when he goes off the rails and be saying stuff off his mind.
Yeah.
But I
Like
did, yeah. It's like
the,
cats that can really rap. I like that.
so I think, for me, I think Two Chains falls into that category. I don't like a lot of his music, but Two Chains can rap.
Yeah. But Two Chains can rap because Two Chains used to be Titty Boy. Like he
Right.
been around. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude,
Yeah.
he's not no punk. Like he's not new. You know what I'm saying? So I like seeing these cats that can really rap and hold their own with that. There's a kid that turned around and was on LA Leakers. I gotta get his name, but he was a beast.
How
He's a
long
beast.
ago?
I gotta get his name. It has to be about a month ago. He was talking about he ain't gonna let nobody tell him he ain't a man because he don't want to buy a Birkin. So like the way he was spitting was, oh, he was killing it, yo. He was killing it.
Have you seen Common's new freestyle?
Yeah, yep. Common says
Fire.
some stuff. I just wish that I wish, and I know his pocket is where it is, but he's so far behind the beat. Like I'm like, all right, I know that that's your normal pocket. I wish he would have just ramped up just a little bit and got on the beat, just a little bit. But
Right,
that's me.
right.
That's me.
So, when you're producing,
Hmm.
do you prefer flipping a sample or creating something from scratch?
It depends. I really like going with the mood. I like going what feels right. I'm truly one of the kids that came back into music, through digging in the crates, through um, the Uma, through Jay Dilla, through, you know what I'm saying, like people that used to do that, and
Right.
I've always integrated that into my production. So it's, DJ Premier, all like these are people that I looked at and look to for inspiration. So it just depends. If I'm doing hip hop, then 10 to 1 I'm gonna pull wax. But if I'm doing R&B, it's very easy for me to paint a color from scratch.
Right. Okay. You walk into a record store. What section you going to first to get your record?
World, world,
World. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
why
I want to
world?
see because it's not one genre. You're not gonna get one. It's not gonna be R&B. It's not gonna be soul. It's not gonna be rock. Like it's gonna be all of that. It's going to be experimental. It's going to be German. It's going to be like there's so much in the world category. And then on top of that, like the place that I go to out here, they actually break it down. So then you have Italian, you have French, you have German experimental, you have um, reggae, you have Jamaican, you have African, you have like it's all of it. Hawaiian, like it's all there. So
What
I
record
I
store?
normally
What record store is this? So I can catch a plane.
No problem. It's CD Trader. It's right on Ventura. That's the only place I'm like that's the only place I go and I buy my wax. And I get about, $500, $600 worth of wax every time I go there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. How many producers are on the Aftermath staff?
Well, all of us are producers, but um we all now produce as one team. But I would say about six, maybe seven,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah.
Uh, which MPC does Dre have? 3000.
Yeah. I mean, but nobody's using them right now. Like we're all in our various DAWs. I'm in Logic. Um, Trevor Lawrence Jr. He does, I think Ableton, if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of us are just in Logic, and then we create together, and then we just stem out and put it into Pro Tools. So it's a lot quicker.
Right. When Game came to Aftermath, uh, what did you think of him? Like he was just raw. Like I saw him like he was Chuck Taylor
Yeah,
before he came to Aftermath. Like I was like, this guy's just raw energy. Like what did you think of Game when he got the Aftermath?
I knew him as JCon. So the first time I met him, he introduced himself as Gang, but I found we introduced each other for real, and he told me his name was JCon, and like I said, we came up in the trenches together. Like I was at a get together for one of my homies, and they broke out into a cipher, and I hit Jay and was like, "Yo, come through," and he came through. Like he came through and spit. Like it's online and everything. And this wasn't like he didn't even think twice about it because we came up in the trenches together. You know what I'm saying? He knew I wasn't gonna put him in no dangerous spot, and he came through and he spit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when I first met him, it was just like, okay, bet. Now I got somebody I can really figure out how to make my sound and this aftermath sound one thing. And so Game's voice was so different, and it was so like it was full of bass and growl and aggression that I was just like, oh,
Yeah,
I can make hip hop. I don't have to make a West Coast sounding beat. I can make hip hop. And so I just started doing that.
that is nuts. Um, another song. One of my favorites from you is Petey Pablo. I think it was on the drum. I think it was on the drum line. I can't remember the song, but it was on the drum line
Club
soundtrack.
banger, club
Club
banger.
banger.
Mm.
Yes. Was PD on Aftermath?
No, uh-uh. PD, I met PD through a mutual friend that worked at his label. And he
Okay.
was like, yo, I just want to get you in with PD. PD never sleeps. You and him would kill it. And we did like maybe 3 or 4 days. And literally, PD did not go to sleep. He was eating jelly donuts and he was just like, he was just going. And I'm dead serious. I've never seen nobody go that hard except for Dre. Like he don't blink or nothing. He go use the bathroom, come back, and be like ready for the next song. So we did Club Banger. We did a song called Let It Bang. We did like I would just literally pull up beats and he would just jump like put that on and then make a song and then come back in and be like put on something else. So I have a bunch of stuff with him, but he literally is just he's one of those savants. Like he just once he zones out, you gotta hold on for dear life. And it was really fun working with him.
Did you do anything with Eve?
No, I met her when she was Eve of Destruction, when her whole name was the Eve of Destruction. And
Okay.
that was when she first got over the Aftermath. I just met her, but we never got to get in and really work. No.
Okay. What artists have you worked with uh where the songs haven't come out? Like
Too many.
maybe what's one of your dopest collabs that never came out?
Hmm.
Maybe because of sample clearance or whatever. They just didn't release it.
I had a dope record with 50 called Maybe We Crazy that he re-released with a whole nother beat and put it in his Bulletproof game. But the original record, Dre played it for me and was like, yo, this record crazy. And he was like, yo, I'm thinking he's gonna put it on his next album, but it never came out. But that was one of my favorite. Like I really was like, oh man, I finally got a fifth record. It never came out. Never came out.
You also did some work with Mac Dre.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how did that come about? Like I grew up listening to Mac Dre, and like he has a different sound
Yeah.
than the regular, focused sound that I'm used to hearing.
Yes, sir. I still don't know to this day. He got a hold. I'm dead serious. He got a hold to one of my beat tapes, and for some reason, the beat tape that he got, he was told that it was Dr. Dre beats. So those were
Mm,
beats that I was doing for Detox at the time. So the Get Stupid record, again, was not finished. It was an idea that I would put on my beat tapes and take it to Dre, and Dre would tell me yay and nay. And if he liked it, then I would continue to build it. But I'm like, yo, I want to get as many beats smoking as I can, get it on the CD and go show him. I don't
right.
know how Matt got the beat, but they didn't ask me for the separated tracks. They didn't come and do any kind of business. Like the record just came out and they used the CD version and that was it.
They two-tracked it.
Yeah, straight up.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Um, you also work with Slum Village.
Yeah.
So, talk about that collaboration and how those beats came about.
Slum Village was another. Those are my brothers, and shout out to T3 and Illa and Young RJ. Like they were managed by Time Cannon at the time, and when I was hanging out in LA when I first got out here and was part of a rap group called the Lunatics. It was Ty, me, and a couple of his boys. Um, that's all we used to do was vibe off of like Slum Village, anything Jay Dilla. We used to vibe off of Tribe. We used to vibe off of, anything Freestyle Fellowship, The Far Side. Like that was our sound. So
Mm,
when we finally, when he was managing them, he was like, "Man, y'all need to do something." And when we all got on one track, it felt good. So we just kept going, and It wasn't just me producing, because they actually had me rap on Young RJ stuff and do some hooks. So it was dope. It was a really dope exchange.
Can you do something with evidence?
I'm open to yes. Ev is
I-
crazy.
Ev is so slept on.
Yeah, well, I don't think he slept on, but it's that underground audience, man. It's they just need to put it. They need to push him forward because there's a lot of them, man. There's that underground scene is very real. Ev is definitely a god to these people.
All right, so I'm in DC. What West Coast artists is bubbling right now that we should know, or not even bubbling? What artists out there should we know about, or even producers should we know about?
That's a good question, man. I'm literally coming out from under my rock this past 2020.
Hmm.
Um, Everybody kind of, with the quarantine, I lost my son. Um, I'm now, going through divorce and just I'm literally just shaking the dust off and really trying to get my bearings right. So this is probably what the second or third time that I've done an interview since all of this. So
Right,
I'm literally just finding out myself. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I can name
right,
all my homies and put them out there, but I don't know anybody newer than my homies that check in
right.
with me, let me know what's going on.
Okay. Bishop Lamont still around?
Heck yeah, he's working on a new project right now.
You got anything on that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I told him you can't finish this without me. He was like, I would never, never.
So, a few more, couple more questions, and I'll let you get back to your family. How is it working with Busta Rhymes in the studio?
That's the God MC. That's
And
that's my
let me
big
tell
bro.
you, like his album on Aftermath, like to me, I believe it sold almost $800,000, but the critics called it a flop. I don't understand how you sell 800,000 copies of an album and the critics still call it a flop.
They
That
called
that's
it a they called it a flop because he didn't have the same commercial success that he did with past albums. So if you look at it, I think Touch It was the only thing that really came off and broke off that album. And the other records they slept on it because it was such a hybrid of sound. Like you have an East Coast rapper on like Get You Some, you have Q-Tip on the hook, Marsha on the hook, and Busta Rhymes, and then it's a straight West Coast banger. And they didn't know how to digest it. That record to me was flawless.
or the Stevie Wonder record.
The Stevie Wonder record, like
Oh,
he has amazing records, but they didn't know how to digest it at the time. That's all. They wanted Put Your Hands Where My Eye Can See part 2, 3, and 4. Let's just be honest. They wanted the Busta Rhymes that was easily digestible to them. And Bus was like, nah, I'm in a whole nother world. I'm in a whole nother realm. And I'm gonna show you I can body anything. I'll bust a rhyme. That's it.
right.
So
Were were you at Aftermath when Rakim was there?
yes, yes,
Do you have
yes.
any unreleased stuff with Rakim that we can leak tonight?
No.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this. I still haven't heard all the records that he did with Dre. I still haven't heard all of them.
Man, y'all had I think when he was on the Truth Hurts record, right?
Yeah, he did Addicted, yeah.
I was like, yo, Rakim is gonna have an album produced by Dre. This is gonna be crazy. Premier is gonna be on there. P Rock and Dr. The Three,
Yep,
Mount Rushmore.
yep, yep. I wish I
Oh,
wish I would I wanted to hear those records. I still haven't heard. Not to this day, I have not heard all the stuff he was doing.
damn. It was, man, y'all Aftermath had some spitters. Y'all had Joel Ortiz for a little bit, and
Yeah. I did a couple records with him.
man,
He's a beast too. Like it's
He
easy.
is.
All you got to do is turn the music up and just let him zone.
And
He's a beast.
you did a Slaughterhouse record.
Yes, I did Lyrical Murderers.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
What's the guy from Slaughterhouse from out there? Crooked
Oh,
dog,
Crooked Eye.
dog.
That's my brother. That's my bro right there. He's oh my god. He's still to
Y'all
this
got
day.
y'all got some monsters out there.
Yeah, yeah. Still to this day, that man has not tripped up on his pen at all. Not even a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, man. Look, I want to like humbly just thank you for coming on here with our guests and blessing us with your stories and your production. Like I don't take that for granted. Like you took time out to be on here, and
Oh man,
it's like 6 o'clock out there.
it's all good. My kids are chilling. I'm just happy. This is my first time getting to see my kids in a while, so I'm happy. This is an honor for me, bro. I love Scratch, and I really just appreciate you. When you hit me, I told you I'm there for it. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Hit me.
Right. I got some gospel stuff that I'm gonna send you.
Okay,
You gonna love it.
I'm
You
with
gonna
it.
love it.
I need that.
Oh
I
man,
need that.
when you said Kim Burrell, I was like, dog,
I
you
need that.
you first of all, you can't give Kim Burrell them Dr. Dre snares. I mean, you can't do that, bro.
Yes, you can. But
You
see,
gonna
there's a
kill the gospel game.
nah. See, the thing about it is, gospel is, and people need to stop trying to make it softer than what it is. Gospel is supposed to evoke emotion, and gospel is what's put on top of the music. There's no such thing as gospel music. There's music, and then the gospel is what you talk about. Gospel is words.
Mm,
So if everybody wants to say, well, that sounds worldly or whatever, then of course it's going to be a very hard market to change. But music is music. And if somebody is talking a testimony, I can give them Dr. Dre snares and give them chord changes out of this world and set the world on fire with it. You know what I'm saying? So I just did some stuff with Dawkins and Dawkins that doesn't sound like Dawkins and Dawkins. And it really is, it's different, you know?
wow. Okay. Yeah. Before we head on out, go ahead and put the link for the Jay-Z and 112 reference track. And
I wish I still had that. The only person that probably has that is Sean Garrett, because I don't have
uh,
that. I only heard it in the office.
oh man,
Yeah, Shakira played it for me. I was like, what?
that is crazy.
Yes,
But yo,
sir.
man, again, thank you. Peace, to you and your family. It's truly, an honor for you to be on here.
No, no,
And
the
I
honor's
greatly
mine. Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, bro.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you.
No doubt.
There you have it, people. Ah, look, gospel is going to get these Dr. Dre snares. CX, what up? J Mitch, Overlord. Um, I want to thank everybody again for joining me tonight. Focus, it was truly an honor to interview you. Um, thank you to all the sponsors for tonight. If you want to be a sponsor for the next broadcast next Friday, the producer I am interviewing is none other than Buck Wild from DITC. Uh, if you want to if you want your ad posted at the bottom of the screen, hit me up. Let me know. It's only $25. Um, but I want to thank all of you guys for joining me tonight. Next week, 8 p.m., Buck Wild from DITC. Um, you know what? Let's I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Whoever want to come on and talk some hip hop, let's go. I'm Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. There is the link if you want to join me here. You got to have a camera though. Like we not doing voice only tonight. Jedi, thank you. JB Swift, what up? RTO. You know what? I knew RTO's eyes was going to pick up when we said Mac Dre. I brought up Mac Dre just for you, RTO, because I know you wanted to hear about that. Vincent Calloway, Fields, Tim White. You'll see it on the replay, bro. You and Noah can watch it on the replay. Jamal, the prescription, dope snare, all the way from the UK. Big Remo, what up? DJ Marcus, what's up, brother? DJ Marcus has a beat tape out. It's called Rick Rubin is My Daddy mixtape. Y'all are wild, man. Y'all are fucking wild. Next week, Buck Wild. Oh my God. What's happening, bro?
Not much. What's going on?
How'd you like the interview?
Shoot, I liked it. I definitely was informed on a lot of stuff.
Dope. I had no idea. I'm keeping my $80. I had no idea there was a Phyllis Hyman sample in You Already Know.
Me either. I didn't
I
know
gotta go.
that.
I gotta go back and listen now. I gotta go
Hmm.
listen to both songs.
Yeah, I didn't know. LL was with G Unit. Like
I
I was
had no
like,
idea
what?
LL was on G Unit. You know what? I wanna interview LL just to talk about that deal.
Mm.
Like that seems crazy, bro.
But it makes sense. You know, the whole Queens connection thing. So,
I guess. What's up, man? How you been?
I've been all right. Like, a lot of things going on. Like, not with me, but just with the world. But
Right, right,
with
right.
myself, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, man. Still a little sad over my man Mav, Black Mav forever.
Yeah.
Um, but taking it day by day.
Mm.
You still using FL Studio, man?
Yeah, still using FL. Like they just upgraded, so it's a little bit better now. A little bit better.
Okay,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah.
You're in Arizona, right?
Yep. I'm in Arizona.
What artists from Arizona should we know about here on the East Coast? Some spitters.
Definitely.
Don't give me no Laffy Taffy
Oh,
D4L stuff.
well, that's the thing. A lot of people in Arizona are transplants. So we got this dude named Merkums. I think he's originally from Queens. Now that I think about it, he's originally from
Merkums?
Merkums. Yeah, but he's out
Uh-huh.
here in Arizona. Yeah, but he's been killing the game right now. So Merkums, you need to check him out. I like him because he reminds me of. I don't want to say Bone Thugs. I don't want to say Bone Thugs. He reminds me of. I can't put a artist name to it, but he got like a rugged style, but he can spit fast. He can spit slow. Like
I'm looking at him right now. Oh, he did a bootleg care freestyle.
this is Bootleg Calf.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
looking at one right now.
yeah,
Okay. Usually, people who go on bootleg Kev are pretty good, but I did see the wackest artist in my life on bootleg Kev. Like this was years ago. He might have had to cut the music off. This dude was terrible. I
yeah, I
I can't I
remember.
can't I can't remember the guy's name though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was bad, but it went viral. That's the crazy thing
Yeah.
about things nowadays.